Why hello crafters, it's me again, your girl Shay, and I am here with 3 more crafty DIYs on a budget to decorate my tiered tray that I made. If you're interested on how I made this little tiered tray for less than $10, I will leave that tutorial right up here for you, but this is what we're decorating today, and we are going to get crafty on a budget. So let's shop the house a little bit, see what we have, and get DIYing. Today I will be using my CRICUT Explore Air 2, but if you don't have a Cricut machine, that's okay, not to worry. I will give you some ideas to do this without a Cricut machine and with your machine. So let's jump right into the ideas. I wish I had a shamrock shake with me for this video. I had a whole plan. I went to the store, they didn't have peppermint extract or whatever you need for it. So I thought, hey, I'll stop at McDonald's and grab a beautiful shamrock shake and it will look beautiful and green, and guess what? Apparently they don't have shamrock shake yet. It's only February 3rd, so anywho, let's just get into the ideas. Here we go.
For my first St. Patrick's Day DIY today, I'm going to be taking a Dollar Tree 4x4 photo frame, some cardstock, and using the pen function on my CRICUT Explore Air 2. You do not need a Cricut machine to make these DIYs in today's video. You could definitely just print them out at your local library if you don't have a printer, or you could use some freehand drawing or whatever you want to get creative with. I typed into Google Images a St. Patrick's Day SVG, and this is what came up. So I'm just adding some little parts that I thought I would want to draw, and I'm changing everything to pen, and then I'm making sure to align it all vertically and horizontally so it's center. The most important part when you're doing the pen function on your Cricut machine, as well as cutting out part of it, so for example I'm cutting out the square in the background to go into my picture frame, you need to hit attach. That way your Cricut machine knows where to cut it out. So just highlight the whole image, including your background that you want to cut, hit attach, and then you're good to go. Your Cricut machine will automatically now know what you want it to do, and you are good to go. So I'm just going to load my Cricut machine, and it's going to draw it all out. Just for your own reference, I definitely sped this up, so no, my Cricut machine is not that fast for anyone that does not have a Cricut machine and was impressed with that one. I always put my pen away immediately after because I don't want it to dry out if I forget about it. And then I took my daughter's, yes, that is why there is a random purple lid on the brown, my daughter's felts and her little pencil crayons, and I'm just coloring them in. I had to sharpen them and I didn't have a sharpener, so I had to get creative. I took some sharp scissors. Do not try this at home, kids. And then I just colored in some parts of it. Now I like reusing my crafts for many different seasons, so you may have seen my Easter one there that I just put in the back, but my St. Patrick's Day is going to shine this month with March coming up soon. So this is what that one turned out like, and I think it's just so cute. I love that I can reuse this project for all holidays year round. Now we're getting into the little wood signs and wood planks that I'm wanting to work on. So again, these are all crafts and items that I picked up at my local dollar shop. So these are from my local Dollarama, it's called. I do not know if you have the dollar store called Dollarama in the country you live in or the place you live, but it's kind of like one of those dollar stores that things are sometimes more than $1, and I think it goes up to probably like $3 or $4 per item in my area. So these little planks, I don't even remember what it said, $2 or something for 5 of them. And I'm just going in and painting it with some Dollar Shop acrylic paint. This dried really quickly, so while that one was drying, I hopped onto the next, where I mixed some green and white acrylic paint, and again, I'm just going over it. I also made sure to paint the back because for later seasons I will be doing the back for Easter, for example. That way I can just flip it over and I have a whole new craft I can create, make a whole new decal, and I don't have to keep purchasing these little wood planks. I know it's only a few dollars, but I like to make crafts on a budget, and I love to reuse things that I already have. I don't want to waste things, so that's just a really great idea if you just want to get a little bit crafty and you don't want to have to keep buying things. Now I purchased these little window cling stickers from my local Dollar Tree, and I believe each pack was $1 or $1.25. I really liked this truck and it fit pretty well onto this little wood plank. So I'm just going to add some Mod Podge to the bottom of the window cling and then over top of the whole thing. I really love how this turned out. You could absolutely use your Cricut machine to make a decal like this or a silhouette of it, but I honestly just thought it would be a whole lot cheaper for me to just take this $1 window cling. Well, I guess the whole sheet was $1, so however you want to divide it up, this 40-cent window cling, and stick it onto here with some Mod Podge. I really love how it turned out, and I just thought this was such a cute little craft. As always, I love to show different ways to make crafts because maybe buying a Cricut machine isn't an option for you right now, or maybe you're just not interested in that type of crafting. But if you're like me and you love to use your Cricut machine, I personally love using my Cricut Explore Air 2 for anything and everything I can think of. Then have no fear, I have a Cricut craft coming up just after this one, but like I said, you could absolutely do these with your Cricut machine as well and some vinyl. I'm going in with the other one and I decided to add this little horseshoe, is that what it's called? And then these gold coins. I don't really know how much I like this one and how it turned out. It's not that I don't like it, but I guess think it doesn't really go with my other decor that I made. Nevertheless, it was a cute little idea. I just don't think I'll keep it year-round, if that makes sense. I'll probably just donate it or pass it on to someone for after this holiday. I also, to be honest with you, do not celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I just never have, and it's just not necessarily something that we do where we live here. But I just thought it was a fun thing to craft for, and I really got into it this year, and I do have young kids, so for school and things like that, they definitely do crafts for St. Patrick's Day, and I thought it would just be a fun thing for them to see around the home. For this last one, I just got this wood plank here, and again, I went in with some acrylic paint, and I'm just going to put a good coat on it. Now again, this sign, the inside of it here, the more box side, I'm going to be using for Easter. So for St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to be using the back side of it. For this tutorial, the Design Space version of it, I do have a full Cricut Design Space tutorial right here, linked up here for you, on how I did this shamrock, where you take out the middle bit and then you add a name or a last name, a monogram, whatever you want. It's really quite simple to do, and I do show you step by step in this tutorial right there that I just showed. I'll also leave it linked down in the description. So if you want to know how to actually make this on your Cricut machine, feel free to watch that tutorial next, because that's the Cricut Design Space side of it, and I didn't want to have to make you sit through that again if you've already seen that video. So I'm just going to continue from me cutting it out on my Cricut machine and how I am going to put this whole craft together. So now that it's cut out, I'm going to go ahead and weed out the parts that I do not want of my design, being very careful of that really thin little line that I cut out, because I am going to be putting our last name in the middle there. As always with my Cricut crafts, I love to do the weeding and the transfers on my Cricut mat because it just sticks it on there really well, so I don't have to worry about it moving around, especially when I'm layering vinyl like this, because I'm going to be transferring the name directly onto the decal before adding it to my little sign. I don't want it to move around as I'm transferring it and then potentially ruin my decal. If you are having issues with it sliding around, I would suggest sticking it onto your Cricut mat and then doing it that way. This one was a really fun craft. Again, I kind of thought of it on the spot, which are seeming to be the best crafts I make, because it's just something that comes to my mind. I just start crafting, and as I go, it kind of just evolves into this really fun little craft that I'm really proud of at the end. So I really love this one. I think I'm just someone that, I don't know if you'd call it sentimental or what, but when there's crafts to do with our family name, our kids, whatever it is, maybe my partner and I, it's just so meaningful and sweet, and I love those type of crafts. So something like this, I will not be passing on after this season. I'll probably be just keeping this year round. Obviously, probably not up year round, but I will keep it in storage again for next year. And like I mentioned, the back side of it is going to be for Easter.
That's a wrap on today's video, but have no fear, I have a lot more Cricut, crafting, and DIY content on my channel. So feel free to check out one of these playlists or videos here. Otherwise, I have a lot more content if you wanted to check out my channel. I will also leave my Instagram right down here if you wanted to shoot me a message, follow me for more crafting ideas. Please take a moment to make sure you are subscribed because I post new crafting ideas and Cricut videos multiple times a week for you and inspire some creativity in you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.